Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by Unbeaten bantamweight Dennis the Menace McCann. How you doing?
All good, mate. You?
Yeah, really good. I don't know if you've seen, but we're doing our 2021 Their Year series. We picked out 10 top prospects in the UK, all aged under 25, yet to fight for a title. And you are last but not least, the last one that we've managed to pin down for an interview. You're very much in
I'm hard to
demand.
track down, isn't I, Dan?
What's that?
I'm hard to track down, isn't I?
You're hard to pin down in the ring and outside. But we're glad we finally got you. A lot of people struggled in 2020 to get fights, but you were out 3 times, including a real eye-catching statement win over Brett Fiado. Not just beating him, because he's lost a number of times, but taking him out in the manner you did. Only the second time he'd ever been stopped, and you did it early and in great fashion. What's your reflections on the year you had?
Yeah, a great year. Tough as Brett is a very tough guy, and everyone knows about Brett. And he's got good boxing skills as well, because we've seen him. He's beaten some good kids. Drilled with Brad Foster. He beat Master Breakweight. He beat some good kids. And he's a tough cookie, all right. He's a tough cookie. I had a great camp as well, because training is not something I don't enjoy. I love training. You know what I mean? So I'm always in great shape. Like, I'm always fit at least. You know what I mean? Just I'm a bit of a Haribo monster. That's the problem.
You had a period as well last year where you were ill for a little bit, weren't you? And you weren't able to train. That must have been pretty frustrating.
Yeah.
Because you loved being in the gym.
Oh, it was. I was definitely, but I lost about 4 kilos, so it helped me a little bit. You know what I mean?
On the plus side, yeah.
That's the plus side, but the minus side, I was sick for about a month solid. Honest to God, I was in a bad way. I was in the back of ambulances. I'm telling you, I think it might have been COVID. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, you're better now.
I lost my taste for about 3 months.
Jesus.
Couldn't taste the Haribos for about 3 months. I was absolutely devastated.
You must have been, yeah. You're already like in the top 5 in Britain, despite only having a small number of fights in your pro career. Are you interested in the British title, or are you just trying to get the quickest route to get to the world level?
Listen, the British title is a bonus, and it's a great bonus. But I'm only in this game for one thing, and that's obviously the world titles. But I'm only young, you know what I mean? So I'm just taking step by step, opponent by opponent, and I'm maturing more into a man every day because I'm still growing. You know what I mean? But yeah, I would be interested. Yeah, maybe the end of the year.
And people talk
the end of the year.
People talk about like getting your man strength and that kind of thing, but you're already taking durable fighters out like Brett Fiado with one shot. How much stronger and more powerful do you think you can become?
I'm a lot stronger than everyone think I am as well, because in my last fight there was things going on behind the scenes, and there was stuff going on behind the scenes and family problems and stuff like that. I won't get into that one. And I didn't have the best of camps as I usually do, you know what I mean? But this year I'm gonna make a serious statement. I'm telling you, I'm gonna make a big statement, and people's gonna be avoiding me a lot more. Trust me.
Where do you see yourself by the end of this year? Like, how many fights would you like to have had, and what stage of your career would you like to be at by the end?
I'll probably have about 4 or 5 fights this year, and maybe 4 fights. I'm not sure, 4 or 5, and I will definitely be have a few belts around my waist. Whether it's the Commonwealth, whether it's the British, whether it's the belt, there'll be a couple of belts, for sure. And probably a few good names under the radar.
I mean, British champion at the moment is Lee McGregor, but he's got a European title fight lined up. You would expect at some point he'll vacate the British title, especially if he wins the European. You could well be nominated. Do you think you're kind of in that mix to be nominated by the board for the vacant title?
Of course he am. I think Lee McGregor's a great fighter as well. I think he's want to move on to bigger and better things for now. You know what I mean? He will be looking for world contentions, and after he fights for the European title. So I don't think he wouldn't be interested in me. You know what I mean? He's quite a few steps ahead for now. But there's a few kids in mind that I'll gladly slap up for the British title.
Name them. Who are these kids? Come on.
Listen, I'll keep it quiet for now, but believe me, I'll be knocking on the door very soon. Trust me.
I mean, I guess Cash Farouk would be one of the leading contenders. I don't know whether he'd want to go back to the British title. He's already won it outright. But if the belt becomes vacant, you would expect he'd be the first call.
Yeah, maybe he could be, but I think he's been there, he's done that, and why would you want to go back? You know what I mean? You'd be a fool to. You want at least go around, give away maybe another. There ain't one more title in the weight. You know what I mean? There's a few of them, so I think he's going to try and go for maybe try and get one. He's a great fighter as well. He's a good fighter, so I think he's going to try and move on. I think he's already been there, done that, hasn't he?
And then you got people like maybe Kyle Williams, who we saw not too long ago against Charlie Edwards, gave a good account of himself in that fight.
He's cool. He's saying he gave a good account, but he got beat up, didn't he? Like quite bad. So he took him well, all right. He's got a good chin in that, I think. So I don't know. Charlie ain't the biggest of punchers, but he's a great technical boxer, isn't he? He's really good technically, and I think I'd absolutely destroy Kyle Williams, to be honest, for the British title. That would be on the lot. That'd be one I'd be looking for, definitely.
What sort of level do you think you need to get to before you're genuinely tested, before you have to overcome some adversity to get the win?
People like him, I like to fight, to be honest with you, because maybe on the paper I might say, oh, it'd be a difficult fight or a big test, but honestly, no one's seen the best of me yet. Put it that way, no one has literally seen the best of me. I'm probably the hardest trainer there is, literally the hardest trainer. When I get everything right, diet's on point. Listen, I won't be based. Trust me. No one's literally seen nothing of me yet. And this year, I'm really gonna make a statement. I'm telling you, a big statement.
What are your long-term ambitions? Is it to unify belts at a weight? Is it to go through the weights? Is it to fight in certain places or for certain belts? What do you want to do?
I don't want to get ahead of myself, you know what I mean? Because listen, you hear some fighters that, no disrespect, wouldn't even win a Southern area, and I'm talking about unifying belts, and I'll unify this and I'll unify that, and I'll win 5 world titles in 5 different weights. But the help of God, and God willing, that I do unify a couple of ways if I can. You know what I mean? With the help of God, see how I'm maturing into a man, and how I'm just getting better and better each year. So if I keep getting better, why not?
And tell us about
sparring some good fighters.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Archie Sharp and stuff like that.
Tell us about some of the fighters you've been sparring and moving around with, and how that's helped bring you on, because you're getting better opposition in sparring at the moment than you are in competitive fights.
Yeah, but sparring, in the beginning of my career, I was sparring Ryan Burnett, which was a great fighter. I was having some great spars with Ryan. I was going to him, and he was coming back to me for sparring and stuff like that. So I must have been doing something right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's absolutely top class, if I'm honest. He's very, very good. Mick Conlon, I was doing some sparring with him. Archie Sharp. I've had literally some great sparring, you know what I mean? So I've in sparring wise, I'm doing well. It's just sparring and fighting 2 different things, isn't it? So you got to take the experience from the sparring and bring it into the ring, innit?
How important to your development has it been, the team at the iBox and being around other fighters, all ambitious, all talented, the likes of, Sam Noakes, Keevan Ajarko, Archie Sharp now, who you mentioned, recent addition?
Definitely, yeah. But you can't. There's one kid that everyone don't really know, to be honest with you. I think he's a big secret. I'm not just saying it. He's from his stable. It's Pierce O'Leary. I'm telling you. Have you ever heard of him?
Yeah, Al was ranting about him last night when I was trying to track you down.
I'm telling you, he punches like an absolute horse, and he's very explosive and he's very good. But you can't forget Michael Barker as well. He's a really, really good fighter as well. We've got a very good stable. Henry Turner. We've got some really good kids as well. So we're a good team together. You know what I mean? We all work together and we all want the best for each other. And in training and that, we all try and better each other. Obviously, I'm the hardest trainer. They all knows that, but I do more than training wise. So,
who's the worst?
Who's the worst trainer?
Yeah.
No, it's the all train hard. The all train hard. Michael Burke's a bit of a lazy git sometimes. You know what I mean? Apart from everyone else.
Brilliant. Is it quite competitive when you train together, especially when you do like the runs and circuits and stuff like that?
Yeah, very competitive. Like even yesterday, me and Archie, we just done our sparring. I mean, it was some hard bad work, but we was knackered. We try and push each other on. You know what I mean? That's what proper fighters do. You got to push each other on, and you want to see better for each other, don't you? Really, that's the thing. We're a very good team. We're like a family.
And you're signed to Frank Warren, obviously out regularly on BT Sport. How significant has that been in your career so far that people get to see you on the way up and you're building a bit of a name for yourself?
Very good. I've got to thank Frank and MDK for that. And I obviously you can't forget managed MDK, and they get me in the biggest shows and the best slots, don't they? And listen, I'm doing the performances, so why wouldn't I be? I'm putting the best performance on most of the shows. I'm stealing the shows. I'm stealing even the main events. You know what I mean? If you go to one of the shows, and when all the fans are there, 90% of the fans are for me. I got a very big fan base, thank God. I mean, without the fans, you wouldn't be nothing, would you, really?
So I bet you're looking forward to them coming back then, and also the first time you get to be the full main event in your own right.
Yeah, but the help of God, yeah, main event. But hopefully this year as well be good, wouldn't it? Yeah, but I can't wait for the fans to be back. Because listen, people forget that the fans pay your bills, don't they? The fans are the main ones. So, with the help of God, I can get some fans back. I'll be very happy.
Now, Al was saying you're due to be back out in March. Any idea kind of who it might be against or what sort of level it might be?
It will be definitely another step up again. Hopefully, we're trying one opponent that we're trying an opponent that was former 2-time world champion. Hopefully, we can get that, which will be good, which will be very, very good. And about 3 years ago, he's a world champion. So hopefully, fingers crossed that we can get in that fight.
Give us a few more clues so we can go on Box Rec and find out who you're talking about. Where's
I'll tell you later,
I'll
tell you later, mate. I'll tell you later, mate. I'll tell you later.
Yeah, tell me offline, yeah.
I'll tell you offline.
All right, well, we're looking forward to seeing you back in action. Obviously, you're building a huge reputation already and very exciting fighter to watch. But we can't wait, and I'm glad we finally tracked you down. Best of luck in March, and stay off the Haribo for now.
No, I will do, definitely. My diet's on point at the moment.
Yeah, well, tell your missus she's got to be disciplinarian now. She's got to stop you.
I know, she's a joke. She's worse than me. Thank you, mate. Cheers, Dan, mate. I appreciate it.
Take care, Dennis. Take care, mate. See you soon.
Nice to see you, mate. Bye, mate.